Good afternoon and welcome to Iconic Motorbikes for another episode of the Shop Walk. Today is September 3rd. It's Tuesday. We're back from the long weekend for Labor Day weekend, and we got a few cool things to show you. We're starting over in Daniel's Bay. Daniel is our service manager, and this is actually one of his personal bikes, Honda VTX 1300. He bought this years ago. I think he might have actually bought this new from a dealership. But his taste in bikes has evolved. He's less of a cruiser guy, more of a sport bike guy, or actually more of a naked sport bike guy. So he's just doing a little bit of service on it. Last thing he needs to do is a final drive fluid change on this, and he's actually probably going to put this up on our auction site, which is a little bit of a theme, which what you'll see here. But anyway, this Honda VTX 1300, expect to see it on the auction site pretty soon. Over here, Angel is currently on his lunch break, but we've talked about both these bikes before. It's a Ducati Street Fighter 1098 and a Ducati Monster S4 RS. It's the Testastrada motor, like one of my favorite monsters of all time. So that's very cool. So he's working on both. He's about to finish up on the Monster in a little bit. Over here we got Yanni. Yanni's working on a Vespa that we've been talking about a little bit, but also this Ducati 900 SS. What's up, buddy?
What's up?
This bike is going to be going up on our auction site, and so it's got 14,581 miles, and it's crazy. The amount of upgrades on this is pretty staggering. A couple personal highlights. We've got the Stain Tune dual pipes. You've got the you got that clutch. I'm gonna walk over here. Sorry. All right, so you've got this clutch here. You've got the open belt drive as well. California Cycle Works belts. Great aftermarket company there. You got the air filter. You got all kinds of stuff. But really, the coolest thing in my mind about this bike is this swing arm. That is, I mean, those things new were $2,000-ish. To get one of those aftermarket swing arms on the bike, and when you see up on our auction site, I mean, it's definitely the seller has a very reasonable reserve. So he's having Yanni do the carbs right now to make sure that it starts up and is a quality runner for whoever's the next owner. And frankly, this is one of those, like, his reserve is going to be totally reasonable. One of those things where you could buy it, and I guess you could part it out and make money, but I truly hope that the next owner does not do that and they just buy it and ride it and enjoy it. Over in Ollie's Bay, hello good sir.
Hello.
I've got a couple of white sports bikes. Over here, Ducati 959 Panigale. This is here it's a local client that's getting tires done. What else? Fluids? Oh, chain and oil, right? Thank you, sir. So, okay, there you go. So he's getting tires done. One of the cool things about this is the client specifically requested Pirelli Supercorsa V3s, which to me is the sign of a very educated person. The reason for that is it's a rare time where I prefer the old version over the new version. I've done the same thing with my Bimota Tessie 3D, my personal commuter. I prefer the V3s. Pirelli switched for the Supercoasters. They switched to a dual compound setup on the V4s. And if you're commuting, they're great because the center of the tire is a harder surface. It wears better. You know, you get more mileage out of it. But realistically, I mean, I'm getting 2,500 miles out of a set of tires anyway. Like, you don't buy those for the mileage. You buy them for the performance. And what is a bummer to me about the V4s is that you kind of feel a ridge when you transition from the hard material in the center of the tire to the edges as you're cornering. You just get a little bit of a wobble or whatever when you're going through corners. So whenever I can get V3s, I've always told the shop, like, hey, please find those for me. So this guy's doing the same thing. Good for him. The other white sport bike here is my personal track bike, a Kramer 690, and Ollie is kindly test fitting some carbon fiber wheels. I'm very excited about this. Normally, Iconic, we're big fans of the folks over at BST out of South Africa, but they don't make a fitment for this. I bought the cheap version of the Kramer, the 690, the S model, which is designed more for track days versus racing, but of course, I never thought I would get into racing, but once I got this bike and started doing track days and that kind of thing, I really fell in love with it, and Ollie and I started racing. So what are you gonna do? But Arma allows for carbon fiber wheels, so going this way with the roto boxes, because stock fitment, I don't know if there's, oh, here we go, there's a wheel laying around here. Stock wheels for my S model are basically what you get on a Husky Vitpillen 701, the cast wheels. So not that there's anything inherently wrong with them, but they are on the heavy side. And I reached out, one of our clients actually had die mags for this, so I called up my buddies at Kramer and asked, like, hey, you know, what do the die mags say? We got in a whole technical discussion, and then my buddy Jensen, who's the CEO of Kramer USA, went, well, if you're looking for wheels, we have these roto boxes laying around, and he gave me a sweetheart deal on them. So I'm going with carbon fiber wheels for the race bike, and Ollie and I are gonna go have a good time and beat up on people at Barber.
Hopefully.
There we go. Hopefully, we'll see. But there you go. Thanks for following along. We always appreciate the support. If you have any questions about the bikes that we've talked about here or anything else over at Iconic, please let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.